tracing the outline of where your shoulder used to dent the sheets. We built a fortress out of beautiful mistakes. Now I'm just sitting in the rubble of the promises we couldn't keep. You left your keys, or maybe just your ghost. And my phone is face down on the hardwood. I'm tempted to dial, but it won't do us any good. We drowned in the shallow end of our pride, too heavy to float, too stubborn to slide. So I whispered to the ceiling, I'm sorry for everything, for the love that felt like a chokehold, for the stories we left half told. I'm sorry for the silence in the hallway, and the way I let you ruin me. I'm sorry for everything. You loved me best when I was falling apart, a delicate tragedy, a work of art you could fix. But we ran out of glue, we ran out of grace. Now I'm just a stranger wearing your favorite expression on my face. Maybe the poison was the only thing that kept us warm. We saw at the eye, but we became the storm. I hated who I was when I was yours, but God, I miss the sound of you opening my door. So I whispered to the ceiling, I'm sorry for everything, for the love that felt like a chokehold, for the stories we left half told. I'm sorry for the silence in the hallway, and the way I let you ruin me. I'm sorry for everything. Just a ghost in the kitchen. I'm sorry for the wreckage, for the love, for everything. The sheets are holding on to your cologne, like it's a promise you forgot to keep. I watched the headlights paint the ceiling stone, while you were somewhere drinking your regret, fast asleep. My shadow is the only thing that stays. You touch me like an afterthought, a habit that you can't quite break. I'm drowning in the space you left, with every shallow breath I take. If you're gonna leave, then leave the lights off. Don't make me watch you slip away. I only wanted you to love me better, but you just taught me how to bleed. Now I'm shivering in your October, holding on to what I don't need. Keep on watering these plastic flowers, hoping they might finally start to bloom. Counting down your silence by the hours, a pretty hostage in an empty room. You take your piece and leave me with the dead. And the worst part of the poison is I like the taste, letting you waste my youth. How will your bruises like a velvet gown, hiding from the bitter truth, but the fabric's tearing now. If you're gonna leave, then leave the lights off. Don't make me watch you slip away. I only wanted you to love me better, but you just taught me how to bleed. Now I'm shivering in your October, holding on to what I don't need. Just a whisper in the hallway. Did you ever even try? Love me better, or just let me go? The floorboards don't creak the way they used to. When your heavy steps aligned with mine. Now the 2 a.m. tea cools down to amber, and the kitchen light is a fading spine. I touch the space where your shadow lingered. Dust has settled on the windowsill. It's a quiet sort of violence when the storm's gone, but the wreckage refuses to move. Oh, I am tangled in love's sad dream, where your touch is still a phantom thread. In the heavy dark, the quiet screams of everything we left unsaid. I am holding on to the air, humming to the floor, wishing I could want you less or love you more. There's a coat on the rack that smells of cedar, and the rain outside is a dull, flat hum. I tried to wash your ghost from the linen, but some stains are too stubborn to run. My voice is weary, sinking below the floor, alone, oh, searching for an open door. I don't wanna heal if it means forgetting the weight of your hand in the dark. So I stay in this purgatory we built together, feeding the ashes, pretending there's still a spark. Oh, I am tangled in love's sad dream, where your touch is still a phantom thread. In the heavy dark, the quiet screams of everything we left unsaid. I am holding is dark. Secrets, I lay on the side of the bed you didn't like, tracing the cold shape of your absence. The air is heavy with your ghost, but even the ghost is starting to fade. My chest is an open cabinet, door swung wide to the draft. I try to conjure up the anger, but the fire ran out of ash. There is no storm in this bedroom anymore, just the quiet after the wreck. I reached into the dark to find the hurt, but there is nothing left. No, there is nothing left. I found your silver ring in the drawer, tangled in old gray thread. It didn't sting to hold it, that's the scariest part, I think. The way the bruise dissolves into ordinary skin. We are just two names in a book someone closed. Maybe love doesn't end with a scream, maybe it just leaks out of the floorboard, silent till the house is dry. I am not weeping, I am just vacant. There is no storm in this bedroom anymore, just the quiet after the wreck. I reached into the dark to find the hurt, but there is nothing left now. There is nothing left. Just the empty space, nothing left. Four walls in the draft under the door. Your keys are gone, but the shadow remains. I walk the floorboards, counting every creak, wearing the sweater that still holds your name. The kettle's cold, the kitchen light is dim. A half-filled glass left sitting on the ledge. I'm whispering secrets to the dark again, standing too close to the quiet edge. The silence has a physical weight, pressing down on the hollow of my throat. You slipped away before the hour grew late, leaving me drifting in a paper boat. It's a quiet kind of bleeding, a love that forgot how to breathe. Now I'm keeping watch over the ashes of the fire we promised to keep. How do I unlearn the contour of your face? clock is ticking slower than before, like time itself is bruised and standing still. I find a straight thread on the bedroom floor, a tiny ghost I cannot seem to kill. I don't reach for you when the nightmares start. I've learned to tuck my hands beneath my chest to protect what's left of this heavy heart and put the memories to rest. You stepped out of the frame so easily, as if we were a picture drawn in chalk. A sudden rain, a blur of memory. Now you're a shadow where we used to walk. Was it easy to let go of my hand, to leave me stranded in this quiet land? It's the quiet kind of bleeding, a love that forgot how to breathe. Now I'm keeping watch over the ashes of the fire we promised to keep. How do I unlearn the contour of your face? How do I survive this much space? Just the hum of the street lamps outside, the cold on my skin. This is where the love ends and the absence begins. Floorboards always knew your heavy step, now they only creak beneath my weight. I left your woolen coat behind the door, like a guard who fell asleep too late. The tea is turning bitter in the cup, I still make enough to fill 2 mugs. I told my friends it was a passing season, a drift of smoke, a temporary spark. But I am counting hours without a reason, wander in the uninvited dark. We swore we wouldn't build a monument just to shelter from the autumn rain. But standing in the wreckage of your absence, I can't find a lighter word for pain. It was something serious we grew, and now I'm weeding out the ghost of you. Has a volume of its own, a steady hum that vibrates in my chest. I found a silver button by the hearth and held it like a secret, reassessed. I didn't think a quiet room could scream or tell me so precisely what is gone. I was so good at keeping distance, drawing borders where the water meets the land. But you eroded every line I painted and left your fingerprints deep in the sand. Now the tide is pulling me under. We swore we wouldn't build a monument just to shelter from the autumn rain. But standing in the wreckage of your absence, has lost its color. The radiator sighs against the wall. I still sleep on the left side of the mattress, waiting for the gravity to fall. You left your heavy winter coat draped across the kitchen chair, a ghost we both agreed to feed. In the drafty, stagnant air, I don't call to ask where you've gone or whose shadow you're walking in now. I just watch the condensation on the glass slowly slide down. And oh, the way you love me is like a porch light left burning for no one. A promise whispered to the dark, a fire that forgot how it started, leaving nothing but a cold gray spark. Yeah, you love me with your silence, with the space you leave behind. It's a quiet kind of violence, the sweetest torture I can find. There's a ring of dust where your watch used to sit on the bedside table. I try to reconstruct the sound of your laugh to see if my chest is still able. But the memory is losing its shape like a Polaroid left in the sun. I'm still waiting for the healing to start, but the damage has only begun. If I screamed your name to the rafters, would the plaster even peel? Or have we become so hollow there is nothing left to feel? You taught me how to starve and call it a feast. And oh, the way you love me is like a porch light left burning for no one. A promise whispered to the dark, a fire that forgot how it started, leaving nothing but a cold gray spark. Yeah, you love me with your silence, with the space you leave behind. It's a quiet kind of violence, the sweetest torture I can find. So I'll sleep in the cold, let the embers burn away. Yeah, the way you love me is by staying away. Kettle cooled down hours ago. The dust is settling in the amber light. Your side of the bed is still too neat, a perfect frozen valley in the night. I count the seconds between my breaths, and the silence has a weight I cannot lift. Every memory is a slow motion drift. I press my palm against the hollow in the dark, trying to quiet this fragile, touching heart. It drags me down to the bottom of the floor, learning how to wake without your warmth anymore. sits inside the drawer. It stopped at 4, but time keeps dragging me along. I try to find the anger I should feel, but the weariness is far too strong. Is it love if it leaves you this paralyzed, staring at the ceiling with heavy open eyes? I am a house where nobody lives, with nothing left to give. I press my palm against the hollow in the dark, try to quiet this fragile touching heart. It drags me down to the bottom of the floor, learning how to wake without your warmth anymore. Just a phantom beat in the stagnant air, touching heart and finding nothing there. The kettle's cold, the midnight air is thick. Your boots are sitting tilted by the grate. We spin the silence like a magic trick to hide the heavy carriage of our weight. You raise your voice because the stillness bites, and blame the shadows for the fading lights. But I can hear the floorboards breathe, I can feel the winter in your sleeve. We only scream to prove we're still awake. Why you wanna fight? There is nothing left to break inside this chest. No gold to salvage, no promise to rest. Why you wanna fight when the white flag has been frozen in the snow? It's already over, baby. Why can't we just let it go? Watch your shadow stretch across the rug, a silhouette of someone I once held. You'd rather tear the seams of every hug than face the quiet truth we haven't spelled. It hurts to watch you try to draw my blood when all we have is dried up heart and mud. My hands are open, I have dropped the shield. There is no glory on this battlefield, just to go shivering in the gray, too tired to stand, too hollowed out to stray. Why you wanna fight? There is nothing left to break inside this chest. No gold to salvage, no promise to rest. Why you wanna fight when the white flag has been frozen in the snow? It's already over, baby. Why can't we just let it go? The front door clicks, you took your keys. So why does the quiet still sound like you screaming? cold, the midnight's wide. Your coat is still hanging by the door, like a shadow that forgot to leave. I count the floorboards where you used to walk. Now they only hold my quiet, heavy step. There's a silence in the hallway that speaks in your tone, and the empty side of the bed is a country of stone. I am breathing in the dust of a ghost I can't see, and I'm still dancing in the kitchen with you. Though the music stopped a lifetime ago, I reach for the space where your shoulders should rest, but the air is too heavy to hold. How do I unlearn the habit of us when every breath I take is still with you? From that rainy July, 2 coffees, a book we never read. It sits on the counter like an ancient relic of a world that we used to own, before the borders closed between our chests. You left no footprints on the rock, just this hollow aching shape in the sheets. I'm screaming underwater, hoping the tide will carry the sound to your feet. But the ocean is indifferent, and I'm still dancing in the kitchen with you. Though the music stopped a lifetime ago, I reach for the space where your shoulders should rest, but the air is too heavy to hold. How do I unlearn the habit of us when every breath I take is still